empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up. Welcome to After the Final Pour, brought to you by the Malting Hour. I'm one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for letting me sit in my basement to record this tonight instead of sitting in yours where you were going to give me jerky and we were going to drink a bunch of beers together.
Oh, I had cookies for you, too. I forgot.
Son of a bitch.
I made it. I was off today, so...
hey, special appearance.
Of course. Aggie, go lay down.
We don't have time for this, Aggie.
Go. So I made jerky. Yeah. And the other day when I was at the Jewels, they had espresso chocolate chips for sale, or on clearance, but they expire in July. I was like, and they were $1 or something like that. So I bought them. And I
love
decided
when that happens.
I'm gonna make these. So yeah, they're like chocolate espresso chip cookies, and they were like super good.
So are you going out of town this weekend? By the way, we're recording this the weekend before Memorial Day, everybody, when this comes out.
No. We'll be around. So we might actually be taking a trip to Starved Rock just for the day. We haven't decided yet. We'll see how Ben.
Guess what, burglars? You won't be able to break in because they've already gone by the time this is released.
Yeah. So, just depending on how Benjamin's feeling. Dude, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Goddamn cat. Aggie. Lay on the couch. As I was saying, so depending on how Benjamin's feeling, he had a rash the other day, so we were talking about how we probably wouldn't want to make him walk out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially when it's going to be like 80 degrees. So,
hey, how about that rash, kid? Let's take a walk.
Yeah, so we'll see. But anyway, I did. I had your beer for you too, the Goose Island.
I keep forgetting about that. That's exciting.
The jerky, the ice cream, and the cookies. So,
you had all these goodies for me that I could have just consumed all tonight when I got home, but instead now I'm going to have to come make the extra trip.
Yeah. So what I had done,
I'll bring you a beer.
What I had done with the cookies, I was making them. Becca's like, make sure you put some finishing salt on them. I was like, okay, because that's kind of what we've been doing.
Hell yeah.
And it was either for Valentine's Day or our anniversary or Christmas. I don't remember. One of the days that I get gifts, she got me hot pepper finishing salt. So on a couple of the cookies, I sprinkled the hot pepper finishing salt. So.
Did I get one of those cookies?
Yeah. They literally, she was
in fact, all of them are yours.
Well, she was not interested in them, so I basically did 6 of them that I had set aside for us to try tonight. So,
God, really laying on the guilt. I really should have came over.
Yeah, it's all right, man.
As I was explaining to
More
Brandon,
cookies for me.
We were originally going to get together, but I have a bad habit for once I get home, I don't want to go back out. Like, I just suck with it. I didn't even want to go back to my mechanic today. I was hoping he's going to tell me that I can come get the car tomorrow for my oil change, but he said, it's ready. So I walked my happy ass over there after watching episode 1 of season 4 of Stranger Things.
Oh, nice.
This is the Stranger Things podcast where we spoil everything. In episode 1, season 4, we see the kids all where season 3 left off.
Didn't watch that yet.
I only watched 1 episode. It was really good.
I think somebody said last night at midnight, like Obi-Wan dropped on Disney Plus.
Yep, I'm going to wait for all those. There's only 6 episodes. I'm going to wait for all those to come out.
Nice.
Watch them all at once.
I'm excited to see it just because it's Ewan McGregor again. And I'm like, thank God they didn't have to replace him and use somebody else.
And Hayden Christensen's coming back as Darth Vader.
Really?
Yeah, that's in the trailer.
Oh.
Sorry if I spoiled that for you.
God damn it. No. I mean, if it's in the trailer, it's like whatever.
It is. So that's exciting. They're both in it, so that's pretty rad.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I mean,
Has
he been in anything since Star Wars?
A couple of, what was that one movie called? Is it Not Looper. That's a Bruce Willis movie. Jumper something. I forget what it's called. It was kind of like a sci-fi movie.
Oh.
If anybody knows what it is, shoot us a message. Comment on this episode. I mean, I'll know it by then, but please just let us know so that we know someone's listening. The only other thing that I've been watching before we get to the beers that we're drinking, season 3 of Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix, the David Fincher produced animated series, which is 15-minute episodes. This season was really good. It was awesome.
I don't know that.
Dude, you gotta watch it. Watch all 3 seasons. You can knock them out in like a day or two because some episodes are 9 minutes, some are 15. I think a couple are 20. Easy to watch. They're all cool, and it's all about love, death, and robots, basically.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. So we are going to do. Well, we had some other beers set up until I said I'm going to do this from home. Just so happens that Brandon and I went to 2 different shops where you can build your own mix, 4-packs or 6-packs, or just grab some random beers. We decided to do, well, we both happened to do it, so we decided what better way to talk about these 2 places, because we both went to 2 different places, than to drink the beers, some of the beers, or at least one of the beers that we got from these spots, and then tonight for the After the Final Pour. So, Brandon, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the Rights of Rum by Three Floyds. It is an India Pale Ale, and it clocks in at 5%. Side of the bottle says, a battle-tested low ABV IPA built for the long, arduous road ahead. ThreeFloyds.com.
Wow, very nice.
I've never had this before.
Okay.
My first impression, and I don't know if something's off, I'm like, it tastes smoky to me.
Interesting.
And I did a quick search online, trying to see if it said anything about that, but yeah, it kind of tastes a little bit smoky to me.
Interesting. Have you had anything else to drink earlier tonight?
No.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
How's I don't even know how to follow that up.
I mean, it's good. So
Good and
now
smoky.
it's kind of clearing. So I don't know if it's just something on my palate or whatever. Maybe some of the barbecue in my mouth is left over.
Hey. See, so there is something that could have been messing.
Didn't really have barbecue. I grilled bison burgers for dinner.
Ooh, I love bison burgers, man. Good choice.
Yeah.
Nice lean meat.
Yeah, gave one to Benjamin. He took a couple bites. He's like, it's really good. And then all he wanted to eat was corn on the cob. I'm like, that's cool, kid. I feel you.
Kid after my own heart, man.
Yeah, so it is super light. Definitely heavy on the malt. It's funny because this is an IPA, but I almost want to categorize this as a pale ale, which is funny because this is Three Floyds, because they have pale ales that we would almost want to consider IPAs.
Yeah. They don't know how to follow the BJCP guidelines.
Yeah, it's whatever.
They choose not to.
IPA sounds cool. Yeah, and I mean it's a little bitter up. It's a little.
That sounds like a good thing.
It's a little bitter up front, but it's you get it for a second, and then it's just super smooth. Yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite. And it's funny because I saw they had a can of Zombie Dust there, and I was like, man, I haven't had Zombie Dust in forever.
Was it the tall can of it too?
It might have been.
I saw a tall can of that at Beer on the Wall in Park Ridge. That's where I got my beers from. Where'd you get your beers from?
I went to Bottles and Cans in Edgebrook.
Yeah, that's a good spot. It's small, but man, they have an awesome selection, and you can build your own 6-pack or 4-pack there, and plus you can buy regular 6-packs.
And you get points.
Yeah, I've got points. I got points there. I do.
I got a shit ton of points when I picked up that Bourbon County set.
I was gonna say, yeah, that'll send you right through the roof with points there. So you went to Bottles and Cans. We've frequented before. We've talked about them before, and hopefully talk about them soon with them at Bottles and Cans. That's something we're gonna try and work on for this summer. The beer that I decided to go with, I grabbed 6 beers from Beer on the Wall. The difference between Beer on the Wall and Bottles and Cans is that literally at Beer on the Wall, I can go in there and just buy a can and leave. Or I've seen people fill up, fucking baskets with like 20 beers. Like which is awesome because if you're going to spend a lot of money on beer, instead of like buying all these 4-packs or 6-packs, you don't know if you're going to like it. Sorry, I had to edit myself there and burp really loud. Why not just buy a bunch of random beers that you want to try? So I feel like a lot of people do that. Like they'll stock up for the weekend or week or whatever, or for a couple weeks.
Or the day.
And just get to try, for the night. And just, get a chance to try a whole bunch of beers. I mean, that would be really fun for a bottle share. If you had like 4 people to get together and just grab, a whole bunch of random cans and bottles, throw it in instead of going out, hang out in someone's yard and drink a bunch of beers like that. That sounds fun to me.
Yeah, I've been to beer on the Wall a couple of times, and actually both of the times I think twice I've been there. I did online orders, which is nice because super simple. Their inventory is usually pretty up to date. When I had done my last online order, there was one thing that wasn't there that they said was, but it also like they're very good about saying like low availability.
Low stock.
Low stock. So like the thing I had picked was low stock. So I think by the time they processed the order, it was gone, which is cool. I'm not mad at them about that, but it's it's super super convenient, and their turnaround time is usually super quick. I think the first time I did it, I ordered at like 11 a.m. During the week, and was able to swing over there on my lunch break, and pick it up. So it was kind of nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I ended up. Sorry, I was listening, but I was also reading something as I was listening to you. I grabbed a bunch of random beers. I grabbed some IPAs. I grabbed a couple of big stouts because it's just why not? But one that caught one I had earlier was was it the Beguile? It had to be Citra, which I've had before, and I didn't know it was 9.5% when I opened it up and drank it. So feeling pretty good. But one of the beers that I grabbed was, or the one I'm going to drink right now, or that I am drinking right now, is, oh god, I can see it. Stop, Don't Come Back from Hacienda Beer Company.
Ooh.
And this is a Mosaic dry hopped wheat lager.
Ooh. Okay.
Let your brain process that, everybody. A Mosaic hop wheat lager.
Wheat lager.
Mosaic dry hopped
Wheat
lager. Wheat. It smells fucking really good. The actual description of it that I pulled up is literally pale wheat lager, dry hopped with a delicate portion of Mosaic. So I don't know if I've ever had, at least not to my knowledge, had a pale wheat lager ever before, let alone a pale wheat dry hopped lager, let alone a pale wheat lager dry hopped with Mosaic. This beer is, what do I want to say about this beer? I like it. I would not give this to somebody who's looking for a lager. It's fruity and refreshing.
And is that
but there,
from the Mosaic?
It feels like it is a pale ale more than anything. There is a bit of a lager aftertaste, and it's smooth. I mean, it's light. The wheat takes away, I think, from the crispness of it that I come to expect from a lager. Well, so a wheat lager is very interesting to me.
Yeah, and when you said that, and especially when you were saying the fruitiness, my first thought was you're going to, with the wheat and the Mosaic, you're going to lose what you traditionally look for in a lager. So anybody that's looking for something more traditional, they're not going to find it in that.
Well, and I'd like to know what they actually hopped it with. Not during the dry hop, because they're saying it's a dry hopped Mosaic. But I don't know what hops they use for actual bittering hops. Because it drinks like a pale ale. This is not drink like a lager. It doesn't list, where I'm looking at right now on Untappd, it does not list the IBUs. It's definitely way more hoppier than a lager. I don't dislike this beer. I like this beer very much so. I just don't like it as a lager.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm coming off of, my whole...
I actually like lagers.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Actually, I'm looking at a post on their webpage on Facebook on February... Well, this is an old post, apparently. February 21st of 2020. They had Stop, Don't Come Back, a crisp mosaic hopped wheat lager. And they also had Am I Coming In Clear, dry hopped Brett Saison.
Wait, so which one is the one you have?
Stop, Don't Come Back.
Okay.
Which I read it as Stop, Don't Come Back.
As any normal person would.
It popped out to me because of the cool art design, can art, which I'm going to try and peel the sticker off and slap it on my fridge, is like a bright pink with some like 80s colors of a TV and a hand coming out of the TV, like blue, pink, and yellow. It's pretty cool looking. So that kind of caught my eye.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just kind of Googled it real quick, and I do see the logo, or the label. I would buy it for the label, and just the idea of a mosaic hopped wheat lager just sounds interesting.
Yeah. I would definitely buy this again. I would definitely drink it again. But I wouldn't recommend this to any of my friends who are like, I'm looking for a lager. I want to have a lager. This is not a lager to me. This is riding steady as a pale ale for me. I'd like to know what the IBU is on it because it is a bit bitter. This would have been a good one for you and I to have together if I was there.
Way to go,
idiot. But yeah, so I like bottles and cans. I like the location. I like the layout setup. It was the first place I started. I went to the one on Lincoln last summer as when I first started going, and I like the whole idea of building your own 6-pack or 4-pack, which is nice. The good thing about, for me, Beer on the Wall in Park Ridge is that it's on my way home from work technically, and like I said, I can buy one beer, I can buy 2 beers, I can buy 4, 6, 10, whatever.
And you can have a beer there.
Yeah, also cool.
Like, can you add beer? Can you bottles and cans?
They have tastings.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I swear, I thought like one point I thought I was in there. I thought they had tap handles, and I was like, really? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think they have tap handles. Yeah. I do know that the Park Ridge, the Arlington Heights Beer on the Wall had the microphone beer of Double LP on tap.
Ooh,
and you could get a crowler to go. Except they put. I don't know if it was right on the webpage. $13 for a 12-ounce crowler of that beer.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know if that was right. Regardless, it was on tap, and I should have went. I've been to the Arlington Heights location.
I guess it equals out to the cost of what the cans were.
Oh, absolutely. That's the thing. Like it is marked as, how much, if you were to break it off of a 6-pack or a 4-pack, how much it would cost.
Yep.
And that's cool. I like that about it, that it's very, it makes sense. So they're not losing out.
Yeah.
People are still paying what is expected if you're buying a 6-pack of, said beer or whatever.
Oh, no.
The other cool
I for some reason I thought you said that they were selling a 12-ounce crowler can. For that
they were.
Okay.
They were.
So, all right, I wasn't crazy. Got it.
Yeah, no. All the other beers, I thought, that to me seemed kind of weird, right? 12 ounces for that much?
Well, yeah, it just seems a weird size. For a crowler, even. It's not a crowler. You're selling me a can.
Yeah, a crowler is
actually,
32 ounces.
True. And actually, the cans themselves from Goose and Microphone were 16-ounce cans, so...
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of weird to me. So I pulled up the Park Ridge Beer on the Wall webpage. Like, they're selling Revolution's Cafe Death from last year. A single can is $7.89.
Nice.
Regular Death Star, $6.58. If you wanted to get a can of Vanilla Death, $10.96. Maple Jacket, $10.96. And even Beguile's Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Pajamas for a 12-ounce can is $9.87. So if you don't get a chance to go to these releases or get your hands on them, or your local Binny's isn't breaking off, single cans of things or single bottles, these types of shops are awesome for this. And for us, for the podcast, it's even more awesome because it's easier for us to go ahead and grab some random beers to talk about for a show or even just to have for ourselves.
Agreed.
Yeah, one of the other beers that I grabbed that I almost opened up a little while ago for this is called Humble Forager from Swinging Sticks Brewing. And it says, brewed with our scratch golfing homie from Angry Cheer Brewing in Tampa Bay, Florida. Shout out, Dan. We created an oily, thick base stout, which was then conditioned on a ton of toasted coconut, a ton of roasted pistachios, and a boutique cocoa nibs before a boutique maybe of cocoa nibs before swirls of caramel were added.
Ooh,
that's a 12-ounce can. It's 13.5%. That just sounds. I saw that today on their website, and I said that was one of the beers that was going to bring me in there today.
Yeah,
I almost didn't go.
So, side note, not related to anything beer. So, in this Zoom call, kind of watching the Zoom, there's this weird thing that kept happening with your face, and I finally figured it out. You have the mustache filter on.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Still? That's awesome.
Because when you move, you'll move sometimes, and it lags, and it's still I can see it still hanging.
Oh yeah, I can see it. That is hilarious. Oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it dawned on me. I'm like, he probably kept the filter on.
There it is, everybody. Tony doesn't know how to use Zoom still.
At least you're not a cat.
Wait, I have nothing. It says nothing. Video filters, none.
Oh well.
Look at this.
Well, there's video filters, and then there's video.
Going through everything. Video, and I'm gonna edit this part out. And by the mustache.
Studio effects is what it is.
Where's studio effects at, man? Where do I find those?
So if you go to video filters in the lower right hand corner, it'll say.
Let's see, video. Let's see, mate. I don't really see where all that's at. Okay. Let's.
Or maybe it's not.
Choose video filter. Here we go. Choose video filter. Studio effects. I have a goatee on. There it is.
Oh, it's gone. That's hilarious.
How did I not realize that is not how my face looked? It's close to it.
Yeah.
It just added to what it already was.
Well, because when I started noticing, and then I was looking, I'm like, your mustache looks darker, and down here, I was like, it looks a lot darker than everything else.
Yeah, it was. At one point, I lifted my head back, and I was like, damn, why does it look so dark on my chin? Turns out it was a filter, kids, and I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah. Anyways, beer on the wall. That's I do like that about. Ooh, that's funny. That beer that I got, it says only one remaining, and I know that to be true. At least for when I stopped there, because there was only 2 left when I was there, and I grabbed one of them.
Nice. I like it.
Another beer I grabbed from them was an Old Irving beer. It's actually an Old Irving Maplewood collaboration that I'm sure at some point will end up on the show, whether it be me, you, Clark, Dan. Somebody will probably have something of that to share. And then I grabbed a Hot Butcher beer. I feel like I'm missing something. This beer... I don't know. There's something else. Oh, shit. What is it? Shit. I'm gonna edit right now. I gotta edit this. I don't want to look like an idiot. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Otherwise, people are gonna be like, "Man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about." And will he actually edit it? Probably not. Penrose hiking boots. I grabbed that. It's their hazy IPA.
Okay.
It says spring inspiration blossoms and buds in a nod to some of the original New World IPAs coming out of the Northeast. Hiking Boots is fermented with a variety of yeast referred to as Conan for intense stone fruit aromas to amplify the robust pineapple and peach hop tones from Cashmere and Simcoe hops. And it's actually, on it says Vermont style double IPA, which is why I grabbed it. Because if I'm not mistaken, isn't Hetty Topper from there?
I believe so.
There we go. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really where I think we can all say that, The Alchemist is the reason why we have hazy IPAs. It's for the most part. For not the reason why, but it was kind of one of the first ones. They even said, I think at one point it said on the can, do not pour in a glass. It will look hazy.
Did they not want people to see that? Like,
I don't think people want. I mean, it's gonna look gross. Like at that time, it would look gross. You know what I mean?
Well, I can see that because in my head, not knowing what a hazy IPA is, I'd be like, "There's a lot of yeast just floating around in here," or something like that.
So it even says
which I'm okay with.
Yeah, absolutely. It says if you must, all caps must, pour it into a glass. You may find that some of the hop resins have settled to the bottom. Leave them in the can while pouring. This beer is perishable, and it's best when it's young, fresh, and hazy. Keep it cold, but not ice cold. Drink this beer immediately. We are always making more. And that's for a heady topper from The Alchemist. Okay. So, I mean, when I saw that it was a Vermont-style IPA, that's the first thing that came to my head. And by the way, The Alchemist is in Vermont. So when I saw hiking boots, I'm like, they've got the other boots. They got Juicy Boots and Goofy Boots and
Puss in Boots.
I think Beezer Boots with Old Irving.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've had all of those boots. So when I saw hiking boots, and that's in a 16-ounce can, so
it's a lot of boots.
I'm pretty excited about that. And the hot butcher I got was Green Moss, which is another hazy IPA. So I feel like I got a good mix of beer. I had 2 hazies, double IPA, this lager, and then 2 kind of over-the-top stouts.
Okay. Nice.
I'm happy with the outcome of it.
The trail, I don't remember if when I went to lunch with Benjamin, they may have had Trail Buddies on tap.
It was, I mean, unless they already went out of it, you were only there a couple days after I was there, so it was definitely on tap because it was there when I was there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't get it because it was me and my son, and I'm like, I don't need to drink this big beer and walk him. But I almost got a taster, but I did their, ghost pepper, ridiculous burger. The guy, it was funny. He was like, I was like, I'll get the burger of the week. He's like, it's spicy. And I'm like spicy? He's like, dude, it's really spicy. I was like, damn it, man. I was like, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do it or not. And I was like, he's like, look, man, if you don't like it, he's like, I'll have them make you something else. I'm like, no, dude, I wouldn't do that to you. I was like, let me just get,
very nice of
and then I was like, yeah, fuck it, give it to me. And I was like, with Benjamin, it's just me and the kid. And I'm like, all right, give it to me. So I got it. It was spicy, but to me, it was, because I told him I had the ghost pepper wings, and he's like, oh man, it's worse. I didn't think it was as bad as the ghost pepper wings, because with the ghost pepper wings, I needed milk. So I stole Benjamin's milk, and I started drinking it. With the burger, I was like, yeah, I had a couple sips of water, some Centennial, and I was fine. Like, my stomach wasn't wrecked or anything like that. So I was like, all right. It was super good, though, so I'll give him that.
It looked delicious. It sounded good. I'm always afraid of how restaurants use ghost pepper, so I kind of steer away from that. It's funny that you had Centennial because IPAs actually increase spiciness in food.
What's the hops? I think.
Yeah, exactly.
The hop oils.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool that you chose that route for that.
Yeah. I was just going to say something else, and I completely forgot. Cool.
Well, that's what we do on After the Final Pour. We just keep on rambling. I mean, the whole episode started with us talking about TV shows we're watching, so that's cool.
Yeah. I just watched another episode of Breaking Bad. Or, Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. I think we're on...
How many episodes are you
3, I think.
Oh, man. Just wait. It's so good.
Yeah.
Anybody who's seen this first half of the last season, I think will agree with me. It's been a fantastic ride, and the mid-season finale was super.
Yeah, we've got like maybe 3 or 4 more to go that are currently in the DVR, so I'm excited. So,
yeah. Other than Stranger Things, that's it. And my wife and I, being gluttons for punishment, and rewatching all of The Walking Dead from the beginning. We have made it to season 6. We are about to take a turn for the worse, and when I say that, I also would like to stress that my wife and I are still currently watching The Walking Dead as it airs, so we're along for the ride. I jumped in when it started and read the comic books. I'm still going. I'm gonna finish the fucking show.
It's crazy. So I started watching it right when it came out. Like, I was super into the idea, and I was like, I was along the first couple of seasons. I don't know, something happened, and I missed a couple episodes, and then I tried to catch up, and then I caught up a little bit, and I was DVRing, and then I was like following along in DVR or something else. I think, I know what it was. The main thing was I was traveling a lot for work, so I was missing them, and then the DVR got so backed up, I just didn't have time, and then like I would end up starting to catch it live, and I was like, a season behind. I was like, oh, fuck this. And I was like, I can't. I was like, it was ruining the experience for me. I was like, I can't do this. So I may be one of those people that end up going back and watching it again. Like,
I mean, it definitely has its moments. I like where we're at now. It's there. I don't know how far you got, but they're in Alexandria. So I made it there.
I mean,
we have not met Negan yet in the rewatch.
That guy's a bitch.
Start my own Walking Dead podcast. That's how much my wife is into it, is that she started listening to old episodes of a Walking Dead podcast from when season 1 came out.
Did she watch it originally?
Yeah, she watched it with me.
Okay.
So she's been along for the ride. I think maybe she jumped in season 2 because I was rewatching season 1 when we first started living together. That's how old this show is. And like I was watching it, and she kind of caught herself watching it, and then sat down and watched it, and she's invested. She got invested, and I mean, she wanted me to watch an episode tonight, and I said, I really wouldn't mind watching an episode with you, but I got this fucking podcast. I have to do. Also,
sorry, Tony.
Stranger Things is back. So we're gonna make a plan, as this is Memorial Day weekend. We got a lot of gardening stuff. That's the other thing I'm doing tomorrow. Finally planting all my peppers, so I'll give everybody updates on that. Follow me on Instagram and all that shit. You see all my peppers growing. Pretty excited. Gonna do some, I think, fermented jalapenos this year, but I'm gonna get another pepper as well. I'm not sure what. But Sunday, we made the plan that we're gonna do some yard work, and then once the day kind of goes on, we're gonna spend the early evening into the late evening, if you know what I mean. 11 o'clock, watching more of The Walking Dead. So that's it. That's what I'm doing, man. That's my life. Those are my TV shows. And those are the beers I'm drinking.
Bunch of nerds.
What a weird episode this has become. This is the if there was a example of an After the Final Pour ever, this is it. This is the perfect example of an After the Final Pour.
Yeah. So I think
clearing throats.
When we're done here, I'm gonna fire up my my newest purchase again. Is my Oculus Quest 2.
Oh man, I'm so jealous.
I had it and I was like, oh dude, Tony can try it out tonight.
God damn it! Fuck it, I'm coming over now. I'm grabbing the other beers I got saved for us, and I'm coming over. We're gonna shotgun them. So is it the Oculus with the remote?
Yeah, it's like the headset and the two.
Fuck.
Yeah. I used my Facebook check to buy a Facebook product.
You should buy Doom. You can play Doom on that.
Oh, I might. And
get motion sickness.
There's only 2 games. So there's this. It's Guardian something. It was like a free like shooter game that I got, which is funny because I was like, man, this is like old school Grand Theft Auto. It's nothing like Grand Theft Auto. But it's, kids saying your mom's a hoe and stuff like that in there. And I was like, oh, this is the funniest thing I've been in a while. But then they have Beat Saber, and Beat Saber is...
Yeah, that's the one I want to play. I mean,
super cool.
You see them all over the place.
And I downloaded the Green Day pack for it.
Oh. At first I thought you said Green Bay.
No.
Like the Packers pack.
No.
The pack. That's funny that you mentioned that, because there's a game I started playing on my phone recently called BeatStar.
Ooh.
And it's basically Guitar Hero for your phone. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and that's so Beat Saber is pretty much that, except like,
you're moving
and whatever. So, I feel like I'm getting exercise. But it is super crazy because like you put it on and like I've been doing it in the basement and you have to map your area.
That makes sense.
So I like move the coffee table, have like this whole like thing like, and it's super disorienting, especially if I'm playing that like the shooter game or whatever. I'll be doing it in front of the TV, and then I'll like take the goggles off and I'm in front of the bar, and I'm like, whoa. How did
I feel like we should film that sometime for the podcast.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, it's super fun. So next time you do come over, you gotta check it out.
I mean, we've got so many beers to drink together, Brandon. We still have Goose Island's bourbon barrel-aged mint shamrock stout beer to drink. And we have, after the final pour beers from last year, that we just need to find out if they're still good.
Yes.
I was explaining that to Laura. I'm like, I think we honestly have like 15 beers.
We could probably knock out the rest of the years after the final pour in like a couple weeks if we sat around and just. Well,
sorry. Yeah, absolutely.
What's happening?
I hear noises. There are noises outside. I mean, there's so many. We literally could just plow through it. It'd be great. Well, hey, man. That's all I got for tonight, buddy.
Sweet.
This is fun. Sorry again, I didn't come by to get all those goodies. That would have been cool.
It's all good.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. Don't say Happy Memorial Day. That's not what it's about. You should just,
be happy.
Enjoy your day off.
Yeah.
And hug your children, everybody.
Yes.
And love everybody around you. Speaking of loving everybody, Brandon, I love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.